as our little Union Jack appears once again over the globe, boys and girls. Good morning to you. It's Monday, the 19th of August, 2019. Welcome along to the Bracknell Television Studio Complex and this morning's United Kingdom Talk. Have you seen anyone giving away anything on the television this morning? No, but you can on this programme today. There's the big raffle gang. You can win one of these for that little fridge you've got. Unfortunately, completely useless to Ray Reynolds because he's got a wooden fridge door. Oh, yes. Oh yes, dear. She's got the appliances that are behind wooden doors. You know, like the posh people have. Yeah? She ain't got a freestanding fridge, dear. Oh no, it's a integrated. Oh yes, I've got integrated fridge freezer. Got integrated fridge. I'm very important. Integrated. Everything's integrated, dear. God knows, if you went in Ray Reynolds' kitchen, who's with us this morning, reporting that his nodding buster has busted, chuck it in the bin, dear. You won't want a nodding buster after you've received one of those, darling. But you'll have to put a bit of glue on the back. I can highly recommend an item that I own from the DIY BIQ superstore called No More Nows. Oh, it's fantastic. That fixes everything. Back at the Lincolnshire Television Studio Complex, otherwise known as the Caravan, a lot of that has been fixed with No More Nows. It's this stuff in a tube and you squeeze a bit out, you put a bit there, you put it up on the wall, you might need a little bit of tape to hold it for a couple of hours, then you take the tape off, never to fall down again. Do you know, I'm just thinking, you know, if you wanted to carry on doing the raffle, if you were lucky enough to keep winning, then you could possibly build an entire house out of these. Wouldn't that be exciting for you? So you might win one of these today, or you might win one of these, but you'll need a raffle ticket. There are none more available for this week's raffle, but we do start next week's raffle shortly after we've done this week's raffle. So here are all the tickets. We got up to number 151, I think. 151 was the last ticket gone out today. Oh, no, wasn't it 152? Just a minute now. Where's it gone? There it is. 152 was the last one that went out today for Mr. Chris Lotz. Good morning, Chris. So they're all in there waiting to be picked, and I should be picking one live on this programme within the next half an hour or so, okay? I can't stay here too long today, but I've got to do a little job for us, for someone later, which I'll tell you about. Well, good morning to you. The weather seems to have improved vastly this morning, I have to say. I do hope at some point I'll be able to take my washing in today, because I done it on Saturday morning. I done 2 loads on Saturday morning. One lot I bought in, you know, the first lot. The second lot I hung up, and every time it nearly gets dry, it pours down with rain. You know, so at the moment it's almost dry overnight. It hasn't rained overnight here in Bracknell, so I'm hoping to be able to bring that in a little bit later on. Nothing but worse than that. The only thing is when rain falls on washing, it does give it a different smell. Not a nasty smell, like a rain smell. You know what I mean? Like a rain smell. That's completely different to that damp smell that you get when you bring washing in and it's not quite dry and you fold it up and put it away. Oh, that just stinks. Oh, it's awful, isn't it? Awful. That smell of damp. A little bit like some people's underwear. Apparently, not everyone is washing their underwear. I came across this in the Daily Mirror this morning, boys and girls. Oh, dirty, disgusting people. The world is full of them, dear. When you go out today, just have a look around at you. The disgusting creeps that are walking around on this planet, possibly in the same road as you. I mean, certainly here in Oakengates. I mean, the tramps that live up the road just up there, on the same road as me. Fortunately, I'm out of it down the bottom here. Oh, ghastly people did it. Ghastly. I mean, I'm frightened to walk up the road sometimes. It says that recently we discovered a worrying number of people aren't washing their underwear correctly. How'd you do yours? What about that old bag last week? She washes her period knickers when she's forgotten a spare pair in the hotel's kettle. I kid you not. Dirty cow. There's some really disgusting... And then puts a picture of it on a Facebook or Instagram thing. Dirty people. Anyway, it says in the Daily Mirror this morning, to make matters worse, we've just found out there are plenty of people out there who don't put on a clean pair of underwear every day. You thought it was just teenage boys and teenage girls that did that, didn't you? Well, actually, probably not the girls, the boys. They don't change their underwear. They don't even like to shower. Why is it? Why is it with young teenage boys that don't want to do these things? And even younger than that. I'm just trying to remember now. I don't think I did either. When I was in scout camps and things like that, I don't think we changed our clothes that often. You know. Well, it says, where are we now? According to new research by underwear maker Tommy John, he's trying to sell his underpants. I bet they're about £25 a pair. Do you buy underwear that price? £25? Oh, you go to Marks and Spencer's, didn't you? 10 pairs for £1. My friend on LBC, Steve Allen, he wears new socks every day. He wears them once and chucks them away. It's all right for those of you with money, dear, that you can afford to do that, dear. It's outrageous. According to new research by underwear maker Tommy John, around half people in the US, 45%, don't change their underwear daily. And a disturbing 13% of those spoke even confessed to wearing the same pants of knickers or pants for an entire week. Disgusting, dirty people. Men were found to be the worst for doing this. Here you see men. A survey of 1,000 Americans showing that males are 2.5 times more likely than women to wear the same pants for 7 days or longer. The research also revealed that people have felt a strong sense of loyalty for their underwear. What? With 40s? Oh, yeah, I mean, you've seen that before, haven't you? Oh, I've been out with, not recently, years ago, with people saying, and you're out with them and say, I've got my lucky pants on today. Oh, what do you mean you've got your lucky pants on? Means I'll probably pull. What, because you've got a certain pair of pants on? Stupid. Around 38% also said they had their favourite underwear on for so long they couldn't remember when they bought them. But this behaviour goes out against the company's recommendations as they advise their customers to throw out their old underwear and buy new pants every 6 months to a year. Oh, yeah, I bet you do. No, you don't need to do that. Just keep washing them, dear. I've got pants with holes in them that are years old. They're still perfectly wearable, dear. Don't chuck them out too soon, dear. It's just a waste of money. Years of wear left in those. Years of wear. And it says, as for bras... Oh, ladies, are you just as bad? As for bras, I was seeing someone was moaning the other day about the price of bras. Not that I require one, you know, with my very toned body. As for bras, Marks & Spencer's bra fit expert and technical manager Julia Mercer recently spoke to Mirror Online about when you need to get a new one. She said, in my opinion, a bra is at its best in the first year of being worn. I mean, if you've got heavy breasts, you know, like my sister has, I would imagine that she has to buy a bra a little bit more often than that. My sister is very, very, what's the word? She's very, very lucky to have such large ones, I think. She is, dear. Sometimes she goes away. You know, like that doll in or the little girl in The Exorcist where the head swings round. Your mother, you know, that one. That one. Well, her whole body swings round suddenly, my sister, and she whacks you in the face with her breasts. They're massive. And the story goes, so there you have it, folks. If you're wearing underwear that you've had at home for more than a year, it's probably time to nip to the shops and treat yourself to some fresh ones. No, not necessary to do that at all, dear. You just carry on wearing the same ones. As long as they're clean, that's all right. Just the dirty, disgusting people who don't change their underwear ever. Awful. Most of them sitting on tube trains. I've seen them with my own eyes. Not that I go on tube trains very... I like trains. Do you like trains? Oh, what about the expense? That's gone up again, hasn't it? The price of trains in January. See, this is all crap. We're all being taught rubbish. Did I bring up the story? No, I didn't. But I remember Tony Blair, when he was popular, years ago, said that if we pay... Do you remember this? I absolutely remember this. If we pay a little bit more for the trains now, then we'll get a much better service a little bit later on down the line. Well, they're still paying a little bit more now. Every blooming year. I don't know how people can afford to use the trains. It's got to be cheaper to use a car now. I mean, how ridiculous is that? How ridiculous is that? Of course, some other people would say, you know, well, put the taxes up and then we can have virtually, I think there is a country actually that has free trains. I'm sure one of the countries in the world has got free trains, and it's paid for by taxation. The trouble is then you get all the people who don't use the trains who start moaning and screaming and shouting, oh, but we don't use the trains, so why should we pay for it? You can't win, can you really? You can't win. Right, let's read some of your messages this morning. Who's there today? I wonder if we've had millions of people joining us all over the world, boys and girls, at this time of the morning. Good morning to Shania, once again getting the first message of the day. And Shania already has a fridge magnet. She's already got one. Morning, Shania. Good morning to the lovely Claire. Good morning, Claire, you delightful creature. Are you coming to sing a song tonight? Are you going to wear your leather trousers tonight, Claire? I must warn you, Claire, vegans have been spotted in the vicinity of Central Station. So be very, very... You may be attacked outside, dear. You may be attacked outside for wearing leather trousers. Oh, Claire is very fashionable. She got the same sort of leather trousers as Theresa May wore. Yes. Good morning to Paul and Lou. Morning, Paul and Lou. Morning to Michael Lawrence. John Aitken in the house. Good morning to Matthew Van. You're new to the show, aren't you, Matthew? Welcome along to the show, as indeed is Joseph Hall as well. I've read that one from Ray, haven't I? Yes. Claire's getting excited for the raffle. I think you've only got one ticket, haven't you, Claire? Well, good luck with that, my love. Not that you need more than one ticket, but you could have had 7 by now. Did we do a show every day? 7 or 6, one of the two. All right. Adrian Richardson, good morning to you. Morning. Matthew, I'm afraid you don't get a raffle ticket for this particular raffle, but you can get one for next week's, which we'll do shortly. I'll be giving out shortly after we've done today's raffle, okay? Ray says, no more nails would be good for your pens that get nicked at the karaoke. What a good idea, Ray. What an excellent... I could stick the pens down onto the chair, couldn't I? I think what we need is a bit of string on each one. A string tied to it and drawing pin to the chair so that people are forced not to take my blooming pens away. You honestly don't want to know how many pens are nicked from my karaoke. They really are. Nicked from the karaoke. And I haven't seen James for ages. James used to bring little pens in for us, doesn't he? Is he on holiday again? Is he moved abroad? I think he's got a fella somewhere, hasn't he? Up abroad somewhere. Yeah, I'm sure he has. Good morning, Mike Reese-Ponto. Good morning to you, sir. There's the lovely Clarissa. Morning, Clarissa. Is it not coming up on YouTube this morning? Let me have a look. Are you sure about that? Cannot get you up on YouTube. Just a moment. Should have 2 streams going out on there, I think. Looks all right here. That's both, yeah, they're both going out. And they've both got people watching on there. So that must be your end, Adrian, okay? You've got a problem at your end. Actually, Maureen has got a problem with her YouTube at the moment. She's got a box thing. She doesn't have a computer or a smartphone. She watches on this box. I can't remember what it's called. A TiVo box. And something's happened to them. And she says she might need a new box because she can't watch any YouTube on there at all. So maybe that's the same for you. It is working on YouTube. As indeed Claire proves, because she's watching on YouTube as well. And Paul and Lou watch on YouTube. Must be a problem at your end, Adrian. Diane Jeb, good morning to you. Mike Reese-Ponto, my underwear comes from George at Asda. Oh, okay. All right, I've got Levi's underwear at the moment. Levi's that I bought from Vegas when I was back there in November. Was it September, October, November with my nephew? You know, we went on many little shopping, a couple of shopping sprees there over the designer outlets that we've got there. Adrian's got a fresh pair of fresh underpants on now. Very skimpy. Nothing. The thought of that makes me feel ill, Adrian. Please, dear. You're in skimpy underwear. Oh, God. Oh, I feel ill. Well, it's a good job I've got tissues here to wipe the sick from my mouth, dear. It just come out of me when you mentioned that you in skimpy underwear. Nothing wrong with a fresh pair every day. You should try it, Chris. You might get lucky. Unlikely, Adrian. I'm quite happy with not being lucky anymore. I'm quite happy with not being lucky anymore. Michael Lawrence, Mike, send me your underwear. Oh, Michael, please, dear. Don't start swapping underwear on here, for Christ's sake. There are websites that you can buy used underwear apparently from, complete with picture of person who's just been wearing it. Yes, I've been waiting for Justin Bieber to sell his, to be honest. I have. John Aitken was a Calvin Klein wearer for years. Now it's M&S. Very comfy, yes. Mike's got to go. A workman have arrived to do the fence. Oh, I had mine done a few years ago. Make sure they do a good job, nice and straight and erect. We want erect fences. None of this flopping around. Well, can't do anything with them once they go like that. Oh, it'll be all right in a minute, mate. No, it won't. Send another one, please. Thank you very much. Wanting to... there's my mate, Ronny. Good morning. Fridge magnet. You want one of these, don't you? Ronny, my mate, has got a United Kingdom Talk snow globe, which I had made for him, just a one-off. He's got a little snow globe in his house of me. Yes. Morning to Alan Russell. Claire, I thought we were only supposed to ask for one each. No, I was very, very clear, Claire. There's a raffle ticket, one per show. Okay? One per show. So you can have one for this show a little bit later on. You can have one for tomorrow. Oh, there won't be a show tomorrow morning. Definitely not, because I've got a hospital appointment tomorrow. And I won't be able to fit that in at all. There might be one tomorrow night. Depends where I'll be, okay? So no show tomorrow morning. That's definite, all right? So don't look tomorrow morning. We won't have one there. But you can get a raffle ticket for every single show, Claire. No more than one. All right, darling? Christina Ewing. Good morning, Christina. Thank you. Alan Russell, attach the pens to the books. No, because they just nick the book as well. You know what people are like. Desperate to get something for nothing, dear. Desperate. Morning to Danny Gibbs. Good morning, Danny. John says, I see you're going to see Bohemian Rhapsody outdoors tomorrow. Who, me? No. What makes you say that? Am I? I'm not going to see anything tomorrow. Why'd you say that? Oh, yeah, Ronny, my mate, he's got Ralph Lauren boxer shorts for him. Now, the reason I can't stay too long today, I've got to take my mate in, who's with us this morning, actually, Ronny. He's having incredibly difficulty breathing. I went up to see him last night, and it comes so quickly, asthma. You've got to be so careful with asthma. Funnily enough, I was listening to someone on the radio this week, actually coming back down from Lincolnshire on Friday it was. And they were saying, the moment you think you're having breathing difficulties, pick that up straight away. Pick your thing. That's why this is always near me. Pick this up straight away because it can turn very, very quickly. In the space of a few seconds, like that, I can never say the word, anaphylactic shock. You know that, the anaphylactic shock or whatever it's called. If you're allergic to something like a wasp sting or peanuts or something like that, or life in general, come to that. If you're allergic to something like that, you can get and immediately you within the space of seconds you can't breathe. Just terrible. So you must, if you ever get a slight inkling of I'm having a bit of trouble breathing, straight away. Don't wait for it to get worse. Because then it's a bit like I have this analogy I use quite a lot now with diseases and things that can go wrong, like greenfly on a leaf. If you've got a leaf, right, and you spot one greenfly on it, okay, quite easy to squash that greenfly. Leaf will probably be okay then, right? If you leave it, that very quickly becomes 5 greenfly. And then 10 greenfly. And then you squash them. Well, you might not get them all. So it carries on eating the leaves. Similar with asthma and diseases and stuff like that. Things that perhaps you should go to the doctor for. And I just leave it for another couple of days. It can turn very quickly. And then it's a lot more difficult to sort out, you see. Anyway, so my mate, I went round there last night for a bit of dinner. Well, I had to take my own dinner up there. Oh, bring your own dinner. I've got nothing in. Oh, right. Well, might as well have cooked it here. Anyway, so I took up some beetroot vegan burgers, which are now being sold in Aldi. We've just had an Aldi done. Our Aldi done up down here in Bracknell. And in the chiller cabinet, they've got some more vegan options in there now. Vegan, vegetarian. And one of the things they've got is beetroot burgers. Now, I remember getting those from Waitrose a couple of years back, and I really like them. Beetroot burgers. If I said that to you, they taste... There's a very slight cumin taste to them. You know that cumin stuff? That stuff you put in curries? Yeah? There's a slight cumin taste. They are delicious. Oh, my Lord. And they're bright red, beautiful colour. They're absolutely delicious. Beetroot burgers from Aldi. £1. I think they were £1.99, those. and they've got other vegan burgers in there for £1.50 or £1.49. They're in the frozen cabinet, but in the chiller cabinet they've got some stuff in there. So I had that, a couple of packets of vegetables. I had to take those up and all. Always have 2 packets of vegetables at least once a day in my meals. And Ronnie does us some little roast potatoes in garlic. Oh, delicious, dear. And this Jewish thing. What is this? What's that Jewish thing? Like potatoes and onions mashed up. I think that was a Jewish thing. Delicious with a little bit of tomato sauce on there. Very nice indeed. And a tiny bit of ice cream to finish off with. I'm very pleased to tell you I've managed to lose 3 pounds. I'm back down to 13 stone 7.2. 13 stone 7.2, which is 3 pounds down on last week. When I got back, actually, on Saturday morning, I weighed myself and I'm 13 stone 7.2. I was hoping to come down a little bit more from that, but I haven't. This morning's exactly the same, so I've put no weight on. I seem to be remaining at about 13 stone 7 with a little bit of effort. If I gave it more effort, I'd probably lose a bit more. Anyway, so I was up there. And when I got there, he's with us this morning, Ronnie, that's him there. He was having terrible trouble breathing. He's got one of those nebulizer things and these things and what have you. And he had great pain in his lungs when he was breathing in yesterday, which is a frightening thing, really, when you can't breathe. And I've had it as well. I've never been hospitalised. I have very, very mild asthma. I wouldn't say it's too bad. I haven't been hospitalised. I did have the ambulance out once, but I had a bit of bad news at the time. So I think, this was the day after the bad news. So I don't think it was the asthma, actually. I think it was probably having one of those panic attacks, which can be very, very dangerous in themselves. You know, you think something's happening, and the very fact that you think something's happening is making it worse and worse. But he had certainly had it yesterday, and it was frightening. It's very, very frightening not to be able to breathe. So this morning he's rung up the clinic. He's a breathing specialist clinic type place, which is at the Chelsea and Westminster Hospital. So straight after the show, I'll be jumping in the car and going down there. So that's what we've got to do today. So wish him well there. Anaphylactic shock. He gets that with beetroots. They're called, those Jewish things, potato latkes. Potato latkes. Very, very nice. Alan says my mum and dad had asthma. Now they both have COPD. Well, it can go on to that. I think smoking in the past, or even now, I know a lot of people who have got certain diseases and still smoke. You know, I mean, if you, how can I put this? I do know one person in particular who still smokes, who's got a very, very serious condition, which is a bit terminal. I think once you get to that sort of stage, what's the point in giving up smoking? I never understand. You know, when you're in a hospital, right, and someone's there on their last days, and I've seen this, and someone brings in something to eat, and the nurse rushes, don't give him anything to eat. Right, he's not allowed to have anything to eat. Well, he's going to be dead in 2 days. Let him eat what he bloody well wants to, and shove the chocolate in the mouth, dear. Possibly removing the false teeth at the time. No, I'm not going to anything like that, John. No, I haven't got time to go to things like that. There we are. Christina wishing Ronnie good luck in the hospital. Ray's got Westfield underpants from Woolworths. Bloody hell, they must be old, Ray. They must be older than you, dear. Find them next to the Pick and Mix gardening gloves. Oh, Christina's going to send us some pens, are you? Oh, please, Christina, yes. Central Station, 37 Wharfdale Road is the address. Yes, send them through, Christina. Thanks, darling. Thanks, my love. All right. Claire says, I wondered why you're giving out so many tickets. Because there was a surge in viewers. A surge. There's no surge in viewers here, mate. I just don't get the surge at all. All right. While I was at my mate's house, right, get ready, we're going to do the raffle in a minute. While I was at my mate's house, we had the telly on. He said, what do you want on it? I said, can I have a look at that Gemma Collins programme? Is it Gemma Collins? It's Gemma Collins, the fat cow. Gemma Collins with no talent, that one. She was Gemma Collins Diva or something. Well, I watched one of those last night. Oh, it's dreadful. Absolute. Have you seen it? Like, I think I watched about half of it. And I said to Ronnie's other half, I said, well, you know, I'm struggling here to find anything of interest in this programme. It's just awful. There she was having her nails done and sitting at Good Morning Television, whatever it was, with that Piers Morgan. Just awful programme. You know, it's not only her fault. Why would the producers think that something like that is of interest to anyone at all? I fail to understand. So anyway, we switched it off eventually, and they were saying, well, what do you want to watch? And it was flicking down the list, and there it was. Dad's Army. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Who do you think you are kidding, Mr. And we found it and watched the Dad's Army episode, which just happened to be the last ever Dad's Army episode. The one where, right at the end, they pick up their not plastic, their metal cups, and they've all got a drink in there, and they toast. They toast straight. They look straight at the camera and they toast to the camera, and it finishes. And that actually is the last ever episode that was made. Next week on Gold, 8 o'clock, they've got over the next 3 weeks, Dad's Army: The Lost Episodes. There are 3 of them. And they've remade them, obviously, with a different cast because everyone's dead other than the vicar. I think the vicar's still alive, I believe. And Ian Lavender's still alive. All the rest have gone now. Such wonderful entertainment, Dad's Army. It really is. And they've made these 3 episodes with a different cast, and they're going to be on Gold next week, or one of them will be on Gold next week at 8 o'clock, and then the next 2 weeks as well, okay? So I'm very, very much looking forward to that. I don't have UK Gold television or any of the Sky channels, but my mate has, so I'll probably go up and watch the programmes up there. All right. Good morning, Scarlett. Morning, Scarlett. Good morning, Scarlett. Now, Scarlett, can I just tell you, that's the lady I bought the caravan off. And I'm so happy there, Scarlett. I was so happy to buy that caravan off you. And I absolutely love it out there. I know it was a little bit too quiet for you around there, wasn't it, darling? I tell you what, you can't, when you've got a caravan or live next to a field, you discover very strange insects. I've got a whole little family of grasshoppers at the moment living on my veranda in one of the bushes. I've got loads of flowers outside there now, Scarlett. Lots of pots and things like that. Beautiful. Haven't seen Ken and Elaine much this year. I think it's because Elaine's recently had her knee done. She was showing me a scar. People that have knees done and things like that. Scarlett says Gemma Collins with no talent. She's a very poor excuse for a person. Well, she is. She is. Good morning to Liz Hargreaves. Good morning, young Liz. Morning to you. The GC Diva forever. I think Ronnie's a fan. He's a fan of... he's a fan of the GC. Anyway, so we watched that, and then I was very pleased to watch Dad's Army. So make sure you watch that next week, okay? Right, shall we do this raffle, or do you want one more story? I just wanted to touch on a slightly serious subject. Ray Reynolds rang us last night. We were having this conversation. Someone whose politics possibly couldn't be. We don't really do politics on this show, and this isn't really a politics story. But one person whose politics must be... there can't be many people who would have such an opposite idea of their politics to my own. And, of course, many of you who watch the show, we tend to attract people that are similar to us. So you are kind of similar for us, aren't you? Good morning to Leah. Morning, Leah. She's down here in Australia. Good morning. Well, I'm a nighttime show in Australia. Morning. Anyway, one person whose politics are completely different to mine is a young man called Owen Jones. You will have seen him on the telly. He's a bit of a mouthy individual, and if you don't agree with stuff that his ideas are on, he will shout you down. He shouts and he moans, and I don't think I could probably ever have a conversation with him. Anyway, he was 35 years old this week. He looks actually, I've got to give it to him, he looks a lot younger than that, 35. But he's 35 this week. He's a big Labour spokesperson, and he writes for The Guardian. And you can often see him on the television, on the Sky debates and things like that. He famously walked off an interview that was with the lovely Julia Hartley-Brewer, I've got a lot of time for. She does a show on Talk Radio in the morning. She does a breakfast show on Talk Radio. She's fantastic. Julia Hartley-Brewer. I love that station, Talk Radio. For me, it's completely taken over from LBC. There's some really great people on there. And he walked off an interview with her because he just didn't agree with what they were. So he's a mouthy little individual. However, he had his 35th birthday at a pub called the Lexington, which I know very well. I've never actually been in there. I used to turn left there to get to the quiz night that I used to do on a Wednesday for a little bit of a cut through. And he had his birthday party up there. I think it was last week. He left the pub at 2:00 with some friends and was attacked. And he had his head kicked in and he was punched and all that. We're not quite sure why. He is a big opposite of Brexit. You know, he wants Europe to stay together and all that. He's also a very big spokesman for gay rights and things like that. He's one of us. And terrible, really. You know, how anyone can attack an individual physically like that, I do not know. I'm not quite sure why it happened. For what reason? There will be a reason. It could be hard right people who are just as bad as the hard left. But terrible. And I just wanted to mention that there as well. You know, although I disagree probably almost 100% with his politics, I don't wish that on anyone, and I do hope he can recover very quickly. He comes across, he's probably a very nice person, you know, away from the politics, I would imagine. I'd sit there and have a little bit of a chat and possibly a snog with him as well, because he is quite good looking. I think I might even start voting Labour if he goes out with me. Let me let me say that. But no one deserves to be beaten up for their thoughts or anything else, do they? You know, just because you disagree with someone. What I don't understand in the broader spectrum of things, you know, there's always been disagreements, but I think it's social media, really, the way people shout and they scream and they moan at each other and they won't take into consideration someone else's opinion. Now, myself and, let's think, manager at Central Station, Guy. We have very different opinions, again, on the politics side of things, but we're happy to sit there and make my point and make his point, and then we go off and have a chat about something else together. Or he goes and makes us a cup of tea. No problem at all. What I don't understand is how people can be so against each other and physically attacking them now and again. And that doesn't deserve to happen to anyone, whether it's Owen Jones or Nigel Farage and the milkshake. Shocking how someone can pick up a milkshake and simply throw it at someone because they don't agree with them. Well, this is even worse, you know. Someone kicking the hell out of Owen Jones is not on. And surely any decent people, whether or not you agree with his thoughts on whatever, surely you can't agree that someone can have their head kicked in like that. Dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Anyway, I hope he recovers soon, and we'll leave it at that. 1 second. Let's go. Let's just scroll up. We're going to do the raffle now. Ellie, did you call me to let numbers? No, the numbers are coming up now, Ellie. We're about to do it, my darling. When we're about to do that, let's just scroll down there. Kenny Lane should be coming up today. Oh, I'll probably see him tomorrow because I'm up there a day late this week. I'm not going up tonight because I've got a hospital appointment, Scarlett, there. Ticket numbers coming up. I've lost my friend Liz Hargreaves. Oh, where's she gone? Isn't Liz there somewhere? On the thing there, I don't know. I thought she was on the YouTube or something. Leah says we've had 3 one-punch attacks. What's a one-punch attack? Is it like bang for no reason at all, probably, in far north Queensland in the last 2 months, resulting in 2 deaths and 1 severe injury? I don't get why people can't just walk away. Oh, I don't understand either, Leah. You know, there was always differences of opinion, but now it seems to become violent, and I don't understand why. I really don't understand why. Right. It's time. It's time for the big raffle, boys and girls. Yes, indeed. Someone is about to win a fridge magnet. And if you really want A photograph of me as well. How exciting. Have you got a dartboard that you can put that onto? I hope so, darling. So it's raffle time, boys and girls. Okay, raffle time. Get ready, gang. You will see the tickets being picked here as well. On that camera, probably. There we are. All right, we're going to do this now. Let's just scroll the tickets around. Who's going to win? Lucky, lucky, lucky. Oh, yeah, baby. Just scrolling the tickets around. You will notice I'm not going to look when I pick the ticket out, okay? I shall be completely blind. Are we allowed to use that term anymore? Or is that politically incorrect as well? If you're wondering what's happening, this is our weekly raffle. You won't be in it if you don't know what's happening, but you can get a raffle ticket after we've done this raffle. Okay? Are you ready? I'm about to pull a ticket, boys and girls. Hang on, I've got 2 hands here. Sam, I'll come to you in a moment, all right? Okay, time to pick the ticket. One ticket, here it is, there it is, right. There's the ticket, it's ticket number 62. Oh, and it belongs to Mr. Vectis Humphrey. That's funny, it was his daughter who won the ticket, who won the first prize. Number 62 is today's winner. Vectis Humphrey, you win the fridge magnet. Yeah! Oh, hang on. Is there any more music? Yeah, hang on, just a minute. Yep. Yeah! Ba 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 ba. Da 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 da. Yeah! All right, dear, shut up. Cool, dear, it's getting very hot in here, dear. Hang on, let me turn my air conditioning on. There we are. Air conditioning on. Congratulations to Vectis. So you win, Vectis boy. Number, where is it? Number 62, wasn't it? Okay, so that's it. That's the raffle for this week. There you go, all the tickets for this week's raffle. And immediately, boys and girls, we're going to start next week's raffle very shortly. Stand by to receive your tickets. First of all, Samuel says, I was attacked last year, was in hospital for 2 months. All because I kissed my boyfriend in a pub. 5 against 2. Oh, dreadful. Where was that, Sam? Where was that, Sam? Was that in London or somewhere? Where was that? I know, we've still got this problem in London, haven't we? People think it's all rosy and all that, and it's not. Leah, a hit in the head where the person who is hit loses consciousness before hitting the concrete and then severe brain injuries. A one-hit punch. You see, I don't know anything about that. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Scarlett says a very fine fridge magnet is too. Yeah, they're all right, aren't they? I've got a few of these to give away. We're doing one a week. And what happens on a Monday morning, we do the weekly raffle. But leading up to that, from Monday, right the way through to next Monday, we give out raffle tickets. Now, if you're with the show live, you can now ask for a raffle ticket. Okay, I will give you a raffle ticket and I will give you a number. All right? You can have 1 raffle ticket for each show. And you can claim your raffle ticket right up to the beginning of the next show. If you're watching a recording of the show, that's okay as well. You can claim your raffle ticket by email there. Don't claim for 2. Okay, it'll be obvious if you're claiming for 2. Make up another name. You've got one account, open that one, and another account on that one. Don't do it, because if I catch you doing that, I'll take all your tickets out that you've accumulated so far. And you'll be banned from joining in again. Once a raffle has taken place, we chuck all the tickets away and we start again. So at the moment, there are no raffle tickets in there. So who's joining in for next raffle? And I don't care where you are in the world, I will get one of those fridge magnets, and if you ask, a photo as well. So here we go, gang. Who's first then? Let's have a look there. Don't give me your address either in public. Only give me your address if you've won the raffle ticket and I ask you to send your address there. Okay, so let's have a look. Here we go. Paul and Lou, you get the first one this week. Paul and Lou, you are ticket number 153. There we are. 153 for Paul and Lou. Ticket number 154. Go to... Oh, it happened in Blackpool, did it, Samuel? I thought Blackpool was a fairly easygoing area. Sam, well, you know, you're better now, and I'm sorry it happened. I'm very sorry it happens to anyone. I'm really sorry that happens to anyone. I really am. Morning, John. John Aitken. If you want a ticket, ask for one. Just say, can I have a ticket? That's all you need to do. Ticket number 154 for Mr. John Aitken. Don't forget, the next raffle will be next Monday morning, okay? Good morning to George Ramsey. Good morning, George. Happy Monday to you from another glorious sunny day in Benidorm. He looks after a restaurant in Benidorm. Good morning, George. Matthew Van. All right, Matty. Matthew Van. Oh, I've put Wan there. Wan, not short for Wang, you know. 155 for you, Matthew. Okay, 155 for Matthew. How are we doing on time? I must dash as soon as I've done this, actually. Ticket number 156 for Adam the Plumber. Good morning, Adam. Adam the Plumber. We're talking about getting my... I think the next thing to do at the caravan is get my bathroom done, because that's a bit awful in there. The bath is starting to crack. Not that it's a problem. It's a mini bath. Why would you put a mini bath in a caravan? You can't get anyone in there. Only a midget. You get a midget in here or a small child. I mean, my great nephew and great nieces could probably get in here, and that's about it. Waste of time having a mini bath, isn't it? Matthew's asked. I've done you, haven't I, Matthew? Good morning, Too Much on Vaughan Live. Good morning, Vaughan. There we are. Leah says there's new laws in Australia charging people with murder because of these actions. One hit knockout or something that was, wasn't it? Matthew, you've asked 3 times, dear. Calm down, dear. 1 ticket per show, dear. 1 ticket, Matthew. Michael Pullman. Morning, Michael. He's in Melbourne. Michael Pullman. There you are. How's your birds coming along, Matthew? All right, darling. 157 for you, Matthew. Michael Pullman. Diane Jeb. Good morning, Diane. Ticket number 158, Diane. There we are. Ticket number 158. Someone was saying, why don't I do a spreadsheet? It'd be a lot easier than doing tickets. Well, who was that who said that? Can't remember it. Mark. I think it was Mark Jones said that. Well, yeah, I mean, it would be easier doing a spreadsheet, but then how would you choose the numbers? As you could have a random number generator, but then you'd say, oh, he's cheating. It's just so that's why I've got this here. It may be old-fashioned, but it proves that you can't cheat if I've got all the tickets there and you actually see me one pull out. You know what people are like? Oh, it's all fixed. It's all fixed. Christina Ewing. Ticket number 159 to your collection point, please. And see, I put the names on the back as well there. Christina Ewing. Ticket number 160 goes to Ellie Scott Shaw. All right, babyface. Ellie Scott Shaw. There we are. Ticket number 160. All right, love. Ellie Scott. She's missed a bit. She's talking to a gas inspector. What, is he checking your bum? Have you got too much gas coming out of it? All right, Ellie. Michael Lawrence, morning. Michael Lawrence is there. Hello, darling. Number 161. Number 161 for Michael Lawrence. By the way, I'd be really appreciate, gang, if you're new to the show, could you subscribe to my YouTube channel? youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK is my YouTube channel. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers on there. Okay? That's our goal before the end of the year. I think I'm up to about 760 or something like that at the moment. So I've got a long way to go yet. Morning to Ben EM, who is in BCN. Where's BCN? Barcelona. Barcelona. La 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 la. Barcelona. La la. Morning to you, Ben. Clarissa, ticket number 162. Clarissa. Angelina. Angeloni. Angela, I love your name. Clarissa, number 162. There it is. Number 163. Ah, Ronnie wants one as well. But you've got a snow globe, Ronnie. You've got a snow globe. Ticket number 163 for Ronnie. How are you feeling now, by the way? Any better, love? Are you feeling any better? And a photo as well. You got photos of me, dear. Ray Reynolds, number 164. Thank you, Ray. Ray Reynolds, number 164. There you go, Ray. All right. Hello to Billy Mack. Billy Mack. Billy. Oh, Billy Mack. You must ask for a raffle ticket if you want one, gang. Okay, just say number, please, or raffle ticket, please. Adrian, can I have one more ticket? I've been really good for a slice of cake with raffle ticket would be. There's no slices of cake, dear Adrian. Number 165. We had a good show on Saturday night in Central, didn't we? We had an Australian girl. What was her name? 165 for you, Adrian. I can't remember. Carla Bear we had. She was really good. She won the Drag Idol. She was from Sydney. I know we've got some Australians watching this morning. We have a competition called Drag Idol every year. So if you want to be a drag queen, they say you can, you don't have to be a drag queen, just a singer, but generally it's if you want to be a drag queen. And this girl come all the way from Sydney. She's fantastic. She was really good, and she won the competition. So we gave her a show on Saturday, which went down very well. Thank you, Claire. Ticket number 166 for you, Claire, all right? Claire L. Ticket number 166. Just a reminder, those of you watching a recording of the show, email me on that email address there, and I'll send your ticket back, your ticket number over by reply email. All right? Thank you. George. Yes, of course you can have a ticket, George. Number 167 for George Ramsey over there in Benidorm. George Ramsey. Nothing to do with Ramsey Street on Neighbours. Everybody lives good neighbours. Thank you, Leah. Go on, Leah. Number 168 for you, my love. Leah, I used to work with Leah at Belushi's in Hammersmith. Great times I had there. I tell you, I miss that Belushi's brand working there. I really do. I loved it. So I'd happily go back to Belushi's at any time if they asked. Doubtful now because period of time has passed now. Do you know what I think you get a window where you can go back to places and then it's gone. Then you're like just a new person, if you see what I mean. Same as everyone else. Ellie, if I win a magnet, can you deliver it yourself? You're in Lincolnshire, aren't you? Are you in Lincolnshire? I can't remember. Whereabouts are you? Just not the exact address, dear. Just the town. Alan says, if I see a fight in a pub, I'd be the first to break it up. I hope so as well, Alan. Thank you, Billy Mack. Billy, when are you coming back to the karaoke? I ain't seen you for ages. You know. I mean, you don't have to sing. In fact, I'd recommend you don't sing, to be honest, Billy. There's a few people I'd recommend not to sing at my karaoke. Ticket number 169 for you, Billy. And who's getting the ticket number 170? My friend Ben. Lovely Ben. Ben E.M. What does that mean, Ben E.M.? It's a strange name, that is. 170 for you. There's your name on the back, Ben. Can you see that? I write your name on the back there as well, you see. Ben E and M. Alan Russell wants a ticket and a photo so he can put it on his dartboard. Only if you win, Alan. Only if you win, Alan Russell. Where are you today? You in London or in Norwich? Somewhere. 171 for you. There you go. All right, Alan. How we doing? Adrian, get a stronger bath. No, the bath is tiny in the caravan. You can't have, but it's got cracks around the outside, so I've got to do something about it. Not repairable, so I'm going to get the whole bathroom done at some point, quite soon, I hope as well. And Ellie she's looking for a handyman. Ellie's looking for a handyman. Okay, she could do you a nice dinner. Okay, she's looking for a handyman in her life, aren't you? Scarlett, all right, love. Scarlett says you'd be surprised at the number of people who were impressed by the fact there was any semblance of a bath in the caravan. It's a weird thing. You couldn't get in that, could you? But you know where the taps are. I don't know if it was like that when you probably was actually. There were cracks around the tap in the bath, and that bloody shower. I mean, it's got no power to it at all. See, I've got a power shower here. Scarlett. Scarlett's the lady I bought the caravan off. And it's just no power in that shower in the caravan at all. I was wondering if it was something to do with the water. The water heater is so old, isn't it? I mean, it's rusted at the top. It's rusted. Oh, you probably don't know, Scarlett. I've had air conditioning and heating put in. Oh, what a difference that makes. Because you know how hot it is in there in the summer? It was installed last week. It's fantastic. What a difference that's made. I can now sit in there comfortably in the summer. Oh, it's lovely. This cold air pours out of it. Although I think I'm doing something wrong because it's not quite it's not holding the temperature. What happens is that you turn it on and the temperature drops and drops and drops and drops. Doesn't stop. Similar with the heating. There was a cold night last week. And I thought, I'll leave the heating on tonight. Well, I went to bed. I set it at 20 degrees. I woke up and I looked over at the thing and it was like 27 degrees in the bedroom because it's only a small bedroom, isn't it? And I got rid of the big bed as well. I've got a smaller bed in there, so there's a lot more space in it. Hope you don't. I'm just talking to Scarlett because she had that caravan before I did. Lovely lady. She makes cakes. Oh, she makes the most beautiful cakes and uploads pictures of them to her Facebook wall. Wonderful. Are they vegan cakes? I can't remember now. They're not vegan cakes. I'm not a vegan myself. I just wondered if they were. I'm vegetarian. Adrian, haven't you had a ticket already? Adrian, I hope you're not asking a second time. Yes. Look, there's one here already. You've asked again. 165, dear. Be careful. I don't want to have to buy you, Adrian. Don't want to have to buy you. Billy says, even when I was a bingo caller, people were convinced I fix it. Oh, it's the same with all competitions, Billy. People always think you're fixing it, okay? Oh, Ellie's having her gas checked. Is afraid of dogs. Yeah, I'm not happy with dogs either. Especially great big yappy things like Alsatians. I'm not happy with those at all. Who won the raffle this week, Quiz? I just woke up. It was Vectis. Vectis on the Isle of Wight. Vectis, watch the replay back and you'll see that happening, all right? Poor Leah. She's only got 3 friends, but she's going to get them all to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. All right. Ben, you've got yours. Ellie's in Northern Ireland. Oh, I can't come all that way, dear Ellie. Someone's in Lincolnshire. I can't remember who it is. Someone's in Lincolnshire. And I could deliver that one. I think it's quite near my caravan as well, the one in Lincolnshire. All right, Ben, you got yours. Alan's in Braintree in Essex. You're all over the place, Alan. You seem to live in several places, dear. Have you got a lot of property or something? Eh? Of course, you've got the ticket number 169, Billy. Can you have a kiss as well, Ellie? Not if you're in Northern Ireland, love. No. George used to come to Belushi's in London Bridge. Oh, it was just fantastic in there. I can't tell you the vibrancy and the real upness of the crowd in there that constantly change. People from all countries, all walks of life, all races, all religions. It was a fantastic place in Belushi's. It really was. It was one of those places. And what I liked about it, this would be typical of Belushi's. I never forget, there were some young lads who were really, there's a bloody fly in here, who were really drunk standing at the bar and they were being a bit loud. And anyway, one of them had obviously had a bit too much. And I watched him slowly falling backwards. I thought, oh, he's going to fall over. And then someone just caught him with a hand and pushed him back into the position he was in. And that was Belushi's. That was Belushi's. And they walked off. Some passerby saw him falling over, just put a hand there against his back, pushed him back up into the standing position and walked off. I loved it. And I was there 5 years. Let me tell you, George, it was hard work because all those drunk people in there, you had to keep, control sort of the situation. But generally it works. And I used to come out of there really tired, but it was a great job. Belushi's in London Bridge. One of my friends does that now. Graham, he does it now. All right. Let's have a look at... Well, Adrian's moaning now. Oh, I thought you missed me. It took such a long time for you to write down me for a ticket. We're very busy here, Adrian. It's not just 2 people watching, dear. This is an international programme, dear. Millions of people want their tickets. Not just you. Not just you. Right. Is that it? Leah's off to dinner. Enjoy your dinner. Okay, lines are closed. Boo! There we are. Lines are closed for the raffle tickets. If you want one now, you'll have to email into the show and email at any time right up to when the next show starts, and that will do. All right, and I'll send you a ticket number by return. Right, we're due today's birthdays now. Sorry, gang, I'm going to have to rush now because I've got to take my mate to the hospital. Happy birthday this morning. Adrian Richardson's birthday today. He's with us there. Wish him happy birthday, everyone. Adrian Richardson, happy birthday to you, sir. Big happy birthday to you. You must be about 60 or 70 now, I would imagine. Something like that. Well, it looks like it anyway to me, dear. You look so much older than Ray Reynolds. You really do, dear. Happy birthday, Adrian. Happy birthday to the lovely Sean Lee Evans. Sean. 36 years. 36? Well, how old were you when I knew you? When we went to that visit to Tesco's together. Do you remember? Happy birthday, Sean. 36 years old today. Peter Watts. One of my childhood friends. We used to go cycling all over the place. He had a lovely racer bike, and I had this little bike called a Pooch Picnic. I mean, how camp is that? It was a Pooch Picnic bike. It didn't have a crossbar as far as I can remember. He had the racer, and he had with great big wheels. I had this tiny little bike with small wheels. That's the one I chose, a Pooch Picnic. I'll never forget that. It was red. Anyway, it's his birthday today, and I haven't seen Peter for, my God, 40-odd years. But we had a great time when we were children. We weren't sitting on computer games, mainly because there were none. We were out on our bikes every night, cycling round Richmond Park and Powell Park and up and down Danebury Avenue in Roehampton. Happy birthday to you. Okay. David Thompson. Good morning, David. 41 years old. On this Monday, the 19th of August 2019. Millie Lorraine Rutherford, good morning, 29 today. Chrissy Lahan is 32 today. Dean Mills, good morning, Dean. It's his birthday today. And finally, Sky Hutchinson is 30 years old today. For some reason, I only ever met Sky once. That was in heaven. He was a customer in heaven. Going back 10 years, maybe 12. I think he was about 18 at the time, if I remember rightly. And he was really drunk. And that's the only time I ever met him. And for some reason, we kept in contact on the Facebook. So happy birthday as well to you, Sky, on your, what is it again? 30th birthday day. Happy birthday, boys and girls. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Alan says, my birthday soon, I'll be 50, but I look 35. No, mate, you look 50. I hate to tell you that, mate. You look 50. Absolutely, you look 50. Right, it's cabaret time tonight, gang. Yes, our very own karaoke night at Central Station tonight. Wonderful night to be had by all from 7:30. Join us for Monday karaoke at Central Station Bar. 37, that's the same address for you to send your pens to as well, please. If you've got any spare pens, send them to Chris Reardon, Central Station Bar, 37 Wharfdale Road, King's Cross, London, N19SD. That's where we are. Okay, must dash now, boys. I've got to brush my teeth first and then go and pick my mate up and take him into London and back again. Have a lovely, lovely day. Thanks ever so much for watching. Don't forget, not with you, definitely not with you tomorrow morning, maybe tomorrow night, if not hopefully on Wednesday morning. Enjoy your day. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.